Good morning, hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't know you have. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
On thisday.com, right?
Yeah. And historical calendar. For links to these sources,
historical calendar.
You always forget the historical calendar.
Yep.
For links to the sources and anything else potentially interesting, please check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Xander.
I am the Alice of who is Alice? Staples, Stapes. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Nipple Raft, Warqueef. You know?
Oh, yes, Nipple Raft too. Yeah. We got a lot of names.
Yeah, many aliases. She's an international spy.
No, I'm not.
One of your personalities is. We do have the Golden Loon. He was here for half a second, and I think he started getting flares, which is an onset to headache. Anyway, of course, you today is Moon's Day, aka Monday, October 2nd, 2023. Let's jump into the history today, shall we? Starting us off in what year, Alice?
939
I clicked
AD.
the wrong. There we go.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
We have the Battle of Andernach. King Otto and Herman of Zweben beat Eberhard of France and Giselbert of Lutherans.
What a name, Giselbert. You know what?
Giselbert.
If I ever have a son, God help him, I'm going to name him Giselbert or something like that. Like Fizzle Bizzle. Just
probably said it wrong.
No, like Giselbert. That sounds right.
Yeah, I know, but probably like pronounced differently, though. At the same time, I probably just pronounce it wrong.
Well, my son is going to be named Giselbert.
Well, in 1187, we have Sultan Saladin captures Jerusalem from the Crusaders. Look at that hat. You need that hat, too.
Yeah, I think that's a turban. I don't know why they have Saladin looking like Blackbeard.
Medusa?
Yeah, Medusa.
He's Medusa versus Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Put together.
When Medusa and Blackbeard have a child and they choose the Muslim path.
Yep.
I don't know.
I guess, yes.
You get Saladin. Well, I don't know.
Anyways, in 1263, we have the Battle of Largs. Scots defeat Norwegians on the Firth of Clyde. In Scotland, returning the Western Isles to Scotland, ending the 500 years of Viking invasions.
Ah. All right.
No, it was bound to happen.
Yep. Nothing lasts forever.
Yep.
In 1492. Yeah.
Yep, we have King Henry VI of England invades France.
That's the same year that Columbus discovered America.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's the 7th, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, 7th. What did you say?
The 6th.
Oh, well, whatever. I didn't even catch it.
Oh, I did.
Well, then you're paying more attention than I am.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Anyways, we have in 1535 French explorer Jacques Cartier. Jacques. He's the first to visit the Iroquois settlement in Hartoga, later Montreal, which was in Canada.
All right.
Yeah, Montreal, which is in Canada.
Yep.
In Quebec. Canada, yep. Anyways, you've got 1540 here, buddy.
Yes, I do. 1540, Venice and Turkey signed peace. What? Like a peace treaty? Just says signed peace. So, okay.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
1550. Oh, well, 1552, conquest of Kazan by Russian Tsar Ivan the Terrible. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We gotta love Ivan. I love how his eye look over. He's like giving you the evil eye in that picture.
Yeah. Well, he is Ivan the Terrible. So.
Ivy eyeing you.
Yeah. Intervenus. Anyway. 1572, Spanish army occupied, plundered, and destroyed Mechlin. Well, that's not nice.
Well, it's not nice at all. Oh, we have an early telescope here, though, right below it.
Well, before that, actually, yeah, exactly. 1608, Hans Lippershey applied for patent for first known early telescope in the Netherlands. Huh.
Hi-yo.
Yeah. And we also have 1614, French King Louis VIII was declared an adult at the age of 13.
The 18th.
Oh, wait, no, we're both wrong. That's 13th.
Are you? Oh, yeah, you're right. We're both wrong.
We're both wrong.
That's an exit.
I was wrong. You corrected me wrongly.
Oh, oops.
And my inaccuracy, which led to yours, revealed to be both of ours.
Yep, there we go. Yep, the 13th.
We're just, we are just a bunch of bumbling fools who somehow get things right at the end of it.
Roman numerals always sometimes get me,
Well, obviously me too. I mean,
they do happen. Well, we have a 1627 here, bud.
Go for it, Alice.
Oh, you want me to take this bad boy? All right. We have Emperor of Chongzhen. The last empressor. This is an emperor. Empressor. 1627. This is the year of last emperor of Chinese Ming Dynasty. Chongzhen comes to the throne after death of his brother, Emperor Changji. Changji?
Tianqi?
Tianji?
I think the Q is pronounced like a...
Yeah.
I think the Q has a K sound, so like Tianqi?
Tianji? Yeah. Sorry, Chinese people out there.
Well, hey, the fact that we're trying to get it right means that we're trying to be respectful. So if anybody finds it offensive that we're, like, fumbling, trying to figure it out, then why are you getting offended at us trying to get it right? Help us. Don't get mad. Like, seriously.
Ooh, good Lord.
What else do we got here?
1656, we have English North American colony of Connecticut passes law against the Quakers.
So no more oatmeal for them.
Yeah, no more Quaker oatmeals for you.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1760, we have Russian-Austrian army evacuates Berlin. NS equals 1013.
Pardon me, I've been having a sneezing problem. New style.
Yeah, I never end up sneezing, and now you're the sneezer.
Yeah, well,
bless you.
No, NS means new style, which is like a different form of calendar. So in another calendar, this would have been October 13th, not October 2nd.
Okay, all right. We also have in 1789, Bill of Rights sent to the states. George Washington transmits the proposed constitutional amendments to the United States Bill of Rights to the states for ratification. So 1789, that's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's the Bill of Rights, which a lot of them have been impeded on lately in the last, good Lord, 20 plus years now.
Yeah, what was it? The Patriot Act, just stripping us away, piece by piece.
I'm gonna, unless you want to do this, I'm gonna pop up to 1833.
Well, I had this here.
Oh, Tula? Okay, well, we'll go 1795. Tula, leader of slave uprising, sentenced to death in Caraco.
Oh.
Or Corcaro. 1804, British mobilized to protect against French invasion. And also 1833, we have New York Anti-Slavery Society is organized.
All right. Then,
2 years
later, 1835, we had the Battle of Gonzales was fought between Texan settlers and Mexican forces. First engagement of the Texas Revolution. So, this would, I believe this is what would inevitably lead to, when was the Alamo? Hold on a second. When was the Alamo? 1836, and this was 1835. So this is right, before.
It's a year before, yep.
Yeah.
Dude, you got Darwin here, buddy.
Yeah, speaking of 1836, after 5 years at sea, Charles Darwin returned to England aboard the HMS Beagle. So this is after all of his travels across the world.
We talked about this last year, too.
Yes, we did. And, because history, it's not that history doesn't change. It's that, this time last year, we were talking about more or less the same things. So.
Oh my God! You gotta take this 1851. It's just I remember this one. The snails.
Yeah. 1851, the Paleolithic symphatic compass, a contraption built to test the pseudo-scientific hypothesis that snails create a permanent telepathic link when they mate, is demonstrated but proved to be fake. So, clown-to-clown communication, kind of. So,
I wonder how much money was wasted on that, but we can look into that another day.
Here's something, a little foreshadowing. 1853, Austrian law forbade Jews from owning land. Huh.
That's screwed up. That's fucked up. No.
Yeah, it is. But that's fucked up. Isn't that where, a little, like, an artist came from, and he was snubbed, and then he grew a little mustache, and then,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
1861, I just realized something. I'm wondering if there is actually a mountain named after this guy in Colorado.
Well, yeah, that was an interesting one. 1861, former U.S. Vice President John C. Breckinridge fled Kentucky. Like, why is he fleeing Kentucky? Like, what happened?
Can we look up what happened real quick?
Yeah, let's take a service level scratch at
this is worthy of note. Why did he flee Kentucky?
What happened
Why is there a mountain named after him?
Oh, upon the collapse of the Confederacy, he fled to Cuba and then lived in England and Canada. Convicted by 1869 that he was finally safe from arrest, or convinced by 1869 that he was finally safe from arrest, Breckinridge returned to Kentucky and quietly practiced law until his death in 1875. So he was a Confederate. But wait, no, this is during the Civil War. So like, why would he be fleeing during the Civil War?
So I think he must have known something was awry.
Well, it says here he was a general. So U.S. VP, former U.S. VP.
Can ask what was Breckinridge Mountain named after? Who it was? I want to see if it's actually this Confederate guy. Breckinridge Mountain, Colorado.
Here's Mountain. How Breckinridge got his name? Yankee citizens. Where did Breckinridge get his name? Thomas Breckinridge. This is somebody else.
Never mind. It's a completely different dude.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
Anyway. Where were we? Let's see.
We're still at 1861. That was Breckinridge, Kentucky.
1866. J. Ulsterholt patented a tin can with key opener. Yeah.
Oh, I remember those. Like they still use key openers
for the sardines. Yeah, the little like.
Yeah, so certain things, but I think it was actually so good. The key.
Yeah, key open tin can.
Can opener.
Yeah, images. Let's see here.
Yep.
Yeah, these.
Yeah.
They have a little key. Welcome back.
I remember
what happened?
those.
Yeah.
Flares?
I remember those.
Good.
Hey, Pops.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, though? Is a more important question.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, let me move that.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Keep on going.
Anyways, so you did the patent of tin can. 1870, Italy annexes Rome and Papal States. Rome made Italian capital.
Ah, all right. So yeah, this is when the second unification of Italy. And now Italy, because after Rome, collapsed eventually, because they dispersed everything. Then there was another reunification, which is this.
Yeah.
And then Italy is the way it is today.
Oh my God, you got a good one here, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's still your turn, Alice. Go for it.
Well, no, I cut in while you're getting a chair down for your pops.
Okay, 1871, U.S. Mormon leader Brigham Young was arrested for bigamy.
What a surprise.
And for those out there, what is bigamy exactly?
What?
Multiple wives.
No, that's polygamy.
Oh.
The act of going through a marriage ceremony while already married to another person. Oh, okay.
Oopsies.
Oh, yeah. No, polygamy is
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, I
just wanted to make sure people knew the difference between bigamy and polygamy.
Yeah. Well, I thought bigamy was like having one wife, and I thought he was getting arrested for not having multiple wives. Like, how dare you not be like honorable to one woman? Like, because Mormons are Mormons.
You're
but no,
just a bigamist.
he was already married, and then he married another. So. Well, he was a Mormon. That is what a Mormon does, polygamy, right there. So
that is their belief.
Dude, oh my god, it says LDS, religious leader, but I had like a little dyslexic thing and I thought it said LSD.
Oh, I mean, might as well be on that to believe what they do. 1879. Well, I mean, like the basis of their religion is they believe that Jesus Christ came to the Americas, and the Native Americans refused to accept him as their Lord and Savior. So as punishment, God turned their skin red. That is what they believe. The very beginning.
Dum 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 dum.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like I cannot respect a religion that its foundation is based on hate.
Oh, well, come on.
So it is. Anyway, 1872, Morgan State University was founded. All right.
Oh.
Where is
Morgan State University, though?
Where's it at?
Morgan State. Let's see here. Baltimore. I think I saw for a second there. Yeah.
Oh.
Baltimore,
Okay.
Maryland. All right.
Okay, so it's
All right.
Yeah. We also have 1872 as well. Phileas Fogg set out on his journey as depicted in Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days. So on this date in 1872 is when, in that novel, he began his journey.
Yeah.
So I like when they add little like things like that in here, you know, because it's not all just cut and dry actual history.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you know, I'm not really like, you know, like I don't dislike Star Trek, but I'm not really a Star Trek fan. You know, I'm just like, you know, I'm a nerd. You know.
Yeah.
But like they have like, you know, Captain Kirk's and Picard's and like Data's and Spock's birthdays, you know, and like things like that in the births section.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, I like that. You know, I rag on
good,
this.
yeah.
I rag on this source for being a very, you know, leftist, which they are, but at the same time, I respect, you know, some of the little, you know, like quirky things that they put in there.
Hey, that's what makes it.
Yeah.
The little things in life.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
1889, first Pan American Conference held in Washington, D.C. And while that was happening in Colorado, Nicholas Creed struck it rich in silver during the last great silver boom of the American Old West.
Ooh.
Wow.
Damn.
And we also have Alice. Take this one here.
Which one are you making me read? Oh, your head's in my way. 1893, Yesteryear Caminata hurricane, great October storm, the third worst hurricane in U.S. history, kills 1,800 in Louisiana, one of the first to be classified as a Category 4 storm.
Wow.
Ooh.
Category 4 hurricane, actually.
Yep.
Wasn't Katrina a Category 5?
I believe so.
But when it made landfall, it was at a 3.
Oh, is that right?
It only took a Category 3 to take down the levees in New Orleans, yeah.
Wow.
Well, there's some conspiracies.
Well, actually, you should watch, sometime when you have a chance, you and your son should watch, I think it's a 3 or 4 part series, When the Levees Broke.
Ooh. Yeah, that sounds
it's
interesting.
really sad.
If you can find it and send it to me, then I'll watch it. So.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It's sad and stuff, but it's a very interesting story and stuff. It goes from accounts of people who were there who decided not to leave for Katrina. But
well, what else do we got here?
Well, what else we have is 1895. We got the first cartoon comic strip is printed in a newspaper.
All right.
What is it though? Come on, tell us what the first one is.
Well, you know what? Let's see if I can find it. 1895 was this it? Or let's see here. Yellow Kid. Okay.
Didn't survive, obviously.
Joseph Pulitzer, New York World.
Created the enormously popular Yellow Kid in 1895 for John Pulitzer's New York World, the first commercially successful comic strip. Alcott's creation revolutionized newspaper humor pages. All right. So yeah, this is a little Yellow Kid, which I think it's depicting. I don't know, because people were a lot less racially sensitive than they are today. I don't know.
Why is he holding like a margarita in his hand?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't know. That definitely is a bottle of wine or something behind him.
Well, that's not the right kind of glass for a wine. That's like a margarita glass right there.
If you're an alcoholic,
Champagne.
you don't care. Oh, now he has a beard. Stick with me, folks. I got all the answers. Hup Ho, yeah. Okay, whatever. What else do we got here? We got to get back on track. 1901, first Royal Navy submarine launched at Barrow-in-Furness. Well, the first, first British submarine.
Yeah.
1902, Beatrix Potter's, why can't I say her name? The Tale of Peter Rabbit was published by Frederick Warren and Company in London.
Oh.
Very, very famous tale. 1904, German General Lothar von Trotha issued order to exterminate Herero people in Namibia, first genocide of the 20th century. He will kill 65,000 Herero and 100,000 of the Nama tribe. Yikes.
So I'm assuming this is down in Africa? Or where?
Namibia.
So I've never heard of Herero or Nama.
Well, where is... Namibia? It sounds like an African nation.
It could also be like an Eastern European, who knows?
Namibia? Well, now there's a Spotify account. I don't know. We don't have time to go down these rabbit holes, though. We got to move on up. 1906, Canadian World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Tommy Burns knocks out U.S. challenger Fireman Jim Flynn in 15 rounds to retain his title in Los Angeles, California. All right.
There you go.
1910, Henry Wijnamelen flew to 2,800 meters altitude, world record at the time, which I'm pretty sure is nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have 1912.
Only a few thousand feet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1912, Kobal Krishna Gokhale, at invitation of Gandhi, arrived in South Africa on a 26-day tour. He also visited Tulsi Farm. All right. Let's see here. Alice, 1916.
We have a zoological society in 1916 of San Diego is founded in San Diego, California.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah.
1916, huh?
Yeah. I wonder if they have to have some association with SeaWorld. Like,
Maybe.
Because they're a zoological society, and SeaWorld has to, like, abide by certain, like, you got to treat the animals a certain way, So
Yeah.
I doubt there's a connection, though. That's...
Well, I mean, like, like more of like a government. It's not like an owning or like an association with. More like of like, the what part of the environmentalism directors that dictate how zoos and SeaWorld and things like that with animals handle said animals and whatnot.
I'd say they'd be more likely to be connected to the San Diego Zoo than SeaWorld.
Well, zoological is all animals.
Yeah.
Like it has nothing. It has nothing to do with like because zoos are just.
So you're just saying an association that oversees all.
Yeah, well, that's what zoological is. It's all animals.
Yeah.
So, that's why zoos are called
I'm talking
zoos.
about the society, not the definition.
Well, they're a society around that definition.
Yeah.
So therefore, they would act as such.
I'm going to push up to 1919, boys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, I suppose. First edition of Volkskrant, People's Newspaper, is published in Neth, which I'm assuming the Netherlands.
I believe so, too.
Same day, same year, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson has a stroke and leaving him partially paralyzed.
Yeah. Wow. That sucks, but I'm not going to shed a tear for him.
He's the one that officially took down the gold standard.
No, he's the one who brought in the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, the beginning of taking down the
Well, the gold standard started with FDR in the 40s, and then like one or two other presidents messed with it, but the final nail in the coffin was Richard Nixon, Tricky Dick. Like.
I thought it was
completely out. Nixon takes off the standard. It's only an executive order. It can be taken down by any other president.
Yeah, but they won't because then the Federal Reserve will take them out just like they took out JFK. Because he was trying to get rid of the Feds,
it wasn't Tricky Dick. It was Johnson that did it.
It did what?
Well, he's the one that got rid of the gold standard. It wasn't technically Nixon. It was technically Johnson.
Well, no, it was a series of presidents. Like, as I said, FDR started the process in the 40s. Johnson, did his own thing, and then Nixon... Like, Nixon came after Johnson, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Lyndon B. Johnson he was sworn in as president after the assassination of Kennedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So
okay. I went blank there for a minute. But Nixon's the one that actually took us off through an executive order.
Yeah.
Trust me, I was involved in gold quite a bit then.
Yeah, no, Alice, like Johnson did do something, yes, but he was not the final nail in the coffin. That was Nixon.
A number of us, including Wilson here, have messed with the gold standard, but Nixon's the final one that took it up. It was only an executive order. It can be taken down any time by any president.
I mean, he would know. Like, he was around. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I am involved with gold. Too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's involved with gold among other things. So, we also have in 1920, Cincinnati Reds and Pittsburgh Pirates played first and only MLB tripleheader in the 20th century. Reds win the first two games, 13-4 and 7-3. Pirates avoided the sweep in the final, 6-0. And while that was going on, the Chinese signed an agreement with the Russo-Asiatic Bank, largely French and Russian controlled, which will oversee the Chinese Eastern Railway, but give local supervision to China. See, you know, this is where things get really, really sketchy when it comes to, you know, world, you know, a Chinese railway, you know, for China, being financed by a foreign bank, Russian and French controlled. You know, like China should be China, U.S. should be U.S., French should be French, you know, like, I'm not saying we should all be in our own little pockets, but when it comes to, you know, big infrastructure, things like that, when you start allowing foreign powers to come in, you start giving them authorities that would take it away from you and your own, you know, like, independence in a certain degree, you know?
Well, like, that's what brought Brexit about for England, because they're getting overruled by... wherever it's centered, wherever the
well, like with Brexit, with the whole European Union thing, like the EU economically was like really having a hard time because of Greece, you know.
Yeah, well,
and so like, you know, one suffer, everybody suffers. So it's just like, you know, the UK, they're doing economically fine, but on a world stage they're doing bad because of some other nation 1,000 miles away. That's bogus, you know, like so. So I can see, you know, like why they would want to get out of there. So, we also have in 1921, Chicago White Sox backstop Ray Schalk became the first and only MLB catcher to make a putout at all bases. White Sox defeated Indians 7-4. Alice, you want to take 23?
Give me one hot second here.
Why does it have to be a hot second? Like, I can't put it in a microwave. Like, it can't heat up that fast. Like,
I don't know. Just because you want me 1923, British occupying army leaves Constantinople. Which is now Istanbul, right?
Yes. And yeah, actually, I was wondering why they were there. But it's like, oh yeah, that's right. This is after the First World War, and you know, the Ottoman Empire, which their capital was Constantinople, was part of the Central Powers versus the Allies. So they were on the bad guys' side, more or less.
Yeah.
So
actually, different 1 year later, same day, obviously, League of Nations approves Protocols of Geneva.
Protocols of Geneva. Let's look that up here really quick. It specifically prohibits murder, mutilation, torture, the taking of hostages, unfair trial, and cruel, humiliating, and degrading treatment, all of which the U.S. has broken. It requires that the wounded, sick, and shipwrecked be collected and cared for. It grants the ICRC the right to offer its services to the parties to the conflict. All right. Well, that's the Geneva Convention right there. I'm not sure if that's and their additional protocols. So maybe this is the same thing? Question mark. Not entirely sure. So, what else do we got here? Let's take this one here. House?
I'm here. Give me a second.
Oh.
Your little thumbnail of your face was in my way of my ear. 1925, Josephine Baker first performs in Paris in La Revue Negre at the Théâtre de la Champs-Élysées.
All right.
She was a dancer, singer, spy, and civil rights activist. So she was also a spy.
Yeah. Let's see. Like, let's read her. Let's read her IMDb. She was a dancer. Okay. A singer. All right. A spy. Wait a minute. And a civil rights activist. Okay. Now we're back to normality. Like, can you go back to number 3? A spy. Oh my goodness.
She was a spy, apparently.
Yeah.
All right.
We also have in 1931 Pope Pius XI encyclical on economic crisis. All right. 1932, New York Yankees win their 12th consecutive World Series game and sweep the Fall Classic for a third time. Bronx Bombers bang out 19 hits as they rout Chicago Cubs 13-6 at Wrigley Field. That's 2-1, so that's kind of painful there. We also have the Washington Redskins in the same year as the Boston Braves. Boston Braves played franchise debut NFL game, lost 14-0 at Brooklyn Dodgers at Braves Field. Whoops. So that's yeah.
They're no longer the Redskins, though.
Well, back they were called the Boston Braves, and then they were the Redskins. Because it says here is the Redskins as the Braves. So I believe they were the Braves in 32. Am I right? They started off as the Braves. And that would make sense. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
okay, yeah.
Because
I don't know this history.
Well, I mean, like, if you think about it, in Native American culture, Braves. Oh, you're a brave. You're a warrior.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the feathers and all this stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that each represents 1 year. Oh, I'm a 1 year brave. That's what I was taught when I was a kid. So they were named something out of respect, and then they were later called Redskins, which is a step back. So, but yeah. Anyway, we also have 1935, Mussolini's Italian army attacked Abyssinia in Ethiopia. Yeah, as I said, before the outbreak of the Second World War, Italy was going around and invading all sorts of African nations, colonizing and all that stuff. And they just, I think, within days to months, finished a war in Ethiopia before the outbreak of the Second World War. So they had just gotten through half a decade or so of war. Well, Ethiopia right here, 1935 to 39, that's 4 years.
Yeah.
And then they get thrust in an even more advanced war. They were not ready. They were not prepared, and that's why they got hit so hard. We also have 1935 as well. New York Hayden Planetarium, the fourth in the U.S., opened. All right.
There you go.
This is interesting. Alice, why don't you take this one?
Give me 1 second here. For some reason, my phone wants to throw the thumbnail away from me. I'm like, come on, stop being a weirdo. All right. In 1936, first alcohol power plant forms in Atkinson, Kansas.
An alcohol power plant.
Powered by alcohol?
Yeah, that's weird. You'd think that...
It is possible. You can make gasoline out of it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be more expensive,
Well,
not
really.
What are you doing? Just buying, Bud Light? Because that's...
It'd be
No.
Oh.
There's too much other stuff in, Bud Light for that. For that, you need,
Well, I mean, I'm just, that's the only viable use for Bud Light anyway, is to burn it. It's not a good beverage. So
you need, something that's been distilled, think of, moonshine. You need something that's going to be highly combustible. So, think Everclear.
Oh yeah, Everclear. I had a friend actually who used Everclear as an ignition assistant in starting his barbecue.
Oh wow!
It's 98% alcohol by volume. It's pure alcohol basically.
Made of corn too, so
yeah.
And ethanol, so you're getting ethanol with it.
What else do we got here?
Well, God, why do my phone keep doing this to me?
I don't know.
Keep thumbnailing me. I move my phone and just 1936 we have Amsterdam's Calvinist churches reject Nazism.
Ooh.
Good for you.
Yeah.
1936 as well. We have a we have a French franc devalued relatively late after Britain in 1931 and U.S. in 1933.
Oh, so I guess there was a unified devaluing of things to kind of maybe reset a little bit.
This is after the crash. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Oh
yeah.
Well, that's a bit after the crash. The crash was 1929. So.
Yeah, I know. But it trickle down effect. It does eventually affect the European. It just didn't happen right away.
Oh, that took a while. Well, I guess I'm used to things happening a lot faster in today's world. So.
Yeah.
What else happened in 36?
1936. The hell? My stupid machine. Stupid phone. 1936, we got New York Yankees score baseball World Series record of 18 runs and 18-4 rout of rival New York Giants in Game 2 at the Polo Grounds. Yankee win series 4-2.
18-4.
That's a drubbing.
Yeah, it is. 1937, FDR visited Grand Coulee Dam construction site in Washington State. All right. And we also have future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Bob Feller in 1938 struck out record 18 Detroit Tigers. His Cleveland Indians still lost 4-1 at the Cleveland Stadium. Struck out 18 though. That's really good.
Yeah.
He's a really good feller. 1938, New York Yankees pitcher Lefty Gomez defeated Chicago Cubs 6-3 in Game 2 at Wrigley Field. Set record of 6 World Series wins without a loss. Whoa, that's incredible. We also have 1939 prototype for the Ilyushin IL-2, world's most produced military airplane designed by Sergei Ilyushin, took its first flight. Over 36,000 were made for the Soviet Air Force during World War II. Holy crap. So let's see this bird. Okay. I guess that's their fighter. I've never really seen that. Shame on me. I've never really looked into the Russian Air Force in World War II. You know? Huh. You don't really think about that.
No,
you know?
Not really.
1940, 17 German aircraft were shot down over England. Yeah, Battle of Britain and all that stuff. We also have British Council received Royal Charter. Okay. British Liner Empress. British Liner Empress, so a boat, loaded with refugees for Canada was sunk. That's unfortunate. And then 1941, 6 Paris synagogues were bombed by the Gestapo.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. 1941 as well, Germans launched an attack on Moscow. Yeah. 1942, RMS Queen Mary, carrying thousands of U.S. troops, sliced cruiser HMS Curacao in half, killing 239 people.
Gee.
Now, I had no idea. The Queen Mary is out in out here,
at Long Beach.
So that boat cut a ship in half. I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Jeez, that's frightening. Alice, this is actually a pretty significant event. I don't know why it's not highlighted.
I was gonna say, didn't they relocate? 'Cause it used to be down San Diego, LA area.
It's been in Long Beach this whole time.
You're thinking of the Spruce Goose. It used to be in
Long Beach.
Long Beach. They moved it up to Seattle somewhere.
Okay, so they the Spruce Goose, but not the Queen Mary.
Right.
Yeah, no,
right.
The Spruce Goose and Queen Mary, they're geographically right next door to each other, literally. There's a giant dome next to the Queen Mary that used to house the Spruce Goose. Now it's used as the terminal for Carnival cruises. So,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What year are we now?
1942 still.
Okay, 1942, we got British Royal Navy boards floundering German U-boat, the U-559, retrieving abandoned Enigma code machine before it sinks. Oh, good lord. 2 British sailors go down with the sub, though.
Yeah, that is...
But the Enigma machine, which was oh my god, that was sought after because they had a crazy setup there.
Yeah, they had a crazy coding and decoding. Pardon me.
Yeah. Decoding, yeah.
What's the word? Not espionage.
Spying.
Well, yeah. Well, it's another word for spying. I use it all the time when describing Discord because, oh god, it's bothering me. Hold on a second. Other words for spying. Other words for spying.
Spy.
Spying, cloak and dagger. Espionage is what I'm thinking. Espionage. Because, Discord really, the way people handle themselves on Discord, with all of the spying and backstabbing and all the politics, it really reminds me of World War II level of espionage, of all, and people gather evidence and they record people and, You know, like as soon as they say or do something against you, you go after them with all the evidence. Like oh god, like everybody's a little 007 out there. It's crazy. So, anyway, what else do we got here?
What else do we got here? Polish in 1945, the Polish resistance fighters capitulate in the Warsaw Uprising. Some 250,000 people were killed, though.
Yeah. Capitulate, which basically means like surrender.
Yeah.
Cease to resist an opponent or an unwelcome demand. Surrender. So, yeah. What else do we got?
Here. Why don't you drop it here, bud?
I was just about to do that. Well, I also have 1944. US B-17s drop pamphlets at Walcheren. All right. 2 years later, we have the first network soap opera, Faraway Hill, began broadcasting on Dumont Television Network. We were talking about soap operas yesterday on the Peanut.
Yeah.
So, 1947, New York Yankees catcher Yogi Berra hit the first pinch hit home run in Baseball World Series history off Ralph Branca in the 7th inning of a 9-8 loss to the Brooklyn Dodgers in Game 3. Brooklyn.
Do you think Yogi Berra is named after him?
Maybe.
After who?
Yogi Berra. Yogi Bear.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Hold on, let's look that up. Is Yogi Bear named after Yogi Berra? Not officially. Seemingly, though not officially named in reference to baseball player Yogi Berra, Yogi Bear spent his days in search of food, which he usually obtained by gleefully snatching picnic baskets from park visitors. I say a boo-boo. But not officially, but like...
Well, people try to link it, I think, but it's not.
Well, like, the similarity is, like, massive in your face, so, 1947, revised International Telecommunication Convention adopted. Okay. 1949, for the first time in 41 years, pennant races in both MLB leagues are decided on the final day of the season. For the American League, we have the Yankees upended their rival Boston Red Sox, 5-3. For the National League, we have the Dodgers defeated the Phillies 9-7 for 97-57 records. Cardinals 96-58. All right. 1949, the USSR recognized the People's Republic of China. Yep, and they still do. 1950, first strip of Charlie Brown, Little Folks, later Peanuts, by Charles M. Solch, was published in 7 nationwide papers.
Oh, I didn't know it was called Little Folks to begin with.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, it's called Peanuts because apparently they're a slang which, Charles Schultz, who's being interviewed, why do you call it Peanuts?
Yeah.
He was told, very much akin to, how I am with kicking the peanuts.
Yeah.
He had never heard the term, but apparently it was widely used by nobody as a slang for kids. They're the peanuts.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, also he's from Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, there you go. 1950.
That explains it.
Yeah. Well, that's why, when Alice first said, kicking the old peanut around.
I never heard of it before either.
Yeah, well, I thought she was talking about kicking children, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, you psychopath? What?
Whoa.
Anyway, 1950, Bob Shaw of Chicago Cardinals set NFL record with 5 touchdown receptions in a 55-13 win against the Baltimore Colts. Cardinals quarterback Jim Hardy tossed 6 touchdown passes. Ouch. 55-13.
6 touchdown passes. That's a bunch.
Yeah.
Hey, we're a quarter to the time.
Yes, we are, but we're going to go over it. 1951, first Netherlands TV broadcast. George's one-man show, Comedy and Music, opened at John Golden Theater in New York City, running for 849 performances, a Guinness World Record. Yeah. I wonder if that still stands. That's
probably not.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
He was a funny guy, Victor Borger.
Well, I mean, can you imagine? Because, this is a one-man show.
Yeah.
This is not, on the ensemble cast. This is one guy performing the same show 849 times. I know you get it. I'm saying that for the, for the viewer. That is, I don't think that record is broken. I'm not sure. But if anybody can figure that out, let us know in the comments section. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, 1954. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
1954. Don Little defeated Bob Lemon 7-4 as the New York Giants completed an unlikely World Series sweep of the powerful Cleveland Indians. Cleveland's season record of 111-43 set American League mark for regular season wins. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, 111. Yeah.
Yeah. While that was going on, former French possession of Shenandoah made part of West Bengal in India. All right. 1 year later, 1955, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, premiered on CBS television in the U.S.
Oh, that was a great series.
Oh yeah, Alfred Hitchcock, great, great writer. Whatever, like horror, like fiction, whatever genre he was in, like,
producer.
Yeah. What else?
He did thrillers and stuff like that, and
Okay. Yeah. 1956, the first atomic-powered clock exhibited in New York City. All right. 1957, Ron Swanson's one of his favorite movies, The Bridge on the River Kwai, directed by David Lean and starring William Holden and Alec Guinness, was released, later to receive the Academy Awards Best Picture in 1958.
It's a good movie.
It was a good.
I have got to see it. Like, I know all about it, and I have yet to see it. Hell, I can probably write it, the amount of things I know about it, and I have yet to see it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it is.
Because I know it takes place during, World War II, when they were all, like, interned by Japanese.
Yeah.
And being
forced
built.
to build a bridge.
Yeah. And then they sabotaged it. And, and it also got bombed by Allied fighters or something, or bombers, something like that.
Well, they dynamited it somehow.
Yeah.
I forget now how they got the dynamite, but the point being, they built this thing, and as it was done, the leader, English guy, whatever it was, said, "Oh my God, what have we done?" They got so intense in doing this, and then they got food for it, and
they're
got,
helping the Japanese war effort.
Yeah, it was a huge get for the Japanese.
Yeah. 1957 as well, new volcanic island appeared off the Fail Island, Azores. Cool. 1958, Guinea, now French Guinea, gained independence from France. National Day. All right, let's give them a cheer.
Didn't we talk about yesterday too a bunch?
We talked about Zimbabwe a lot yesterday.
I'm pretty sure we talked about New Guinea too.
Well, yeah.
Seems like we did.
We did, but yeah. 1959, Rod Sterling's anthology series, The Twilight Zone, premiered on CBS TV.
Another great one.
Yeah.
Same day.
You were about to enter an area adjacent to a location. Prepare to go to the scary door.
This was the competition to Alfred Hitchcock, maybe, but it's on the same TV station, so never mind.
1960, Mickey Wright became the first player in LPGA Tour history to average fewer than 74 strokes per round to win the Vare Trophy after a season average of 73.25. First of 5 consecutive Vare Trophies for Wright. Dang, that's a good golfer.
Yeah.
And Alice, if you want to step in at any time, I'm just gonna just keep rattling here.
Keep rattling up, but when we get to the 80s, I'll pop in.
Okay, 1963, West German Chancellor Konrad Adenauer condemned Western grain shipments to the USSR. 1966, Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Sandy Koufax won his 27th game of the season, 6-3 versus the Philadelphia Phillies, clinched Dodgers' third National League pennant in 4 years.
Okay, you have to pronounce it right. Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax, I'm sorry. Sandy Koufax.
Absolutely
Koufax.
my favorite all-time pitcher, no question.
Say it right.
Give him his credit too.
Yeah. I mean, I admit, I didn't pronounce it.
Go ahead. It's fine.
1967, all Grateful Dead members were arrested by narcotic agents for possession of marijuana in San Fran, Cali.
The Deadheads got busted.
Yeah. 67 as well, groundbreaking began on Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. And we also have Thurgood Marshall was sworn in as the first black Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. 1968, first time 2 soon-to-be-named MVPs opposed each other. Cardinals' Bob Gibson defeated Tigers' Denny McLain 4-0. We also have Mexico City police fired on protesting students, killing between 300 to 500. Jeez, Mexico, come on. We also have in 1968, Redwood National Park established to preserve the tallest trees on Earth by an act of U.S. Congress with 58,000 acres, which were later extended. Good.
Yeah.
Republic of Guinea formed, Data Republic. We are talking about Guinea again, so here we go. And we also have the St. Louis pitcher Bob Gibson establish a new Baseball World Series mark by striking out 17 batters as the Cardinals defeated Detroit 4-0 in Game 1 of the Fall Classic.
Another great pitcher.
Yeah.
He was a good one.
1969, Seattle Pilots' last game in Seattle crashed to 98th season loss 3-1 in Oakland in front of just 5,473 people. Moved to Milwaukee as the Brewers next season. Oh, well, look at that. 1970, 14 members of the Wichita State University football team, as well as 17 administrators and supporters, were killed in a plane crash in the Rocky Mountains. Ah, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
We also have Detroit general manager Jim Campbell gave controversial Billy Martin a 2-year deal, 1971 through 2, to manage the Tigers at a well above MLB average annual salary of $65,000.
Wish they get more for a game now.
Yeah. 1971, a homing pigeon averaged a record of 133 kilometers per hour in a 1,100-kilometer race in Australia. It's homing, you know. 1972, From Israel with Love opened at Palace Theater, New York City for 8 performances. So even back then, people didn't buy that bullcrap. 1972, Danish population voted for membership of the European Common Market. What, Alice? Okay.
I didn't say anything. I had a crackling. I was moving and my Cheetos made a crunkle.
Crinkle crunkle?
Yeah.
1972 as well, Montreal Expos pitcher Bill Stoneman hit the New York Mets 7-0 at Park Jerry, first MLB no-hitter ever pitched in Canada. Cool. So, and then that's why, 7-0, yeah, that hurts. It's a no-hitter. But, the main reason why, I got this article is because of this. It's a little interesting tidbits like that,
in Canada,
that make it in, to the show. We also have Ron Johnson became the first New York Giant to score 4 touchdowns versus Philadelphia. All right. 1974, future Baseball Hall of Fame right fielder Hank Aaron hit his final home run as a member of the Atlanta Braves in a 13-0 drubbing of the Cincinnati Reds. Aaron's 733rd career home run on his last National League at bat. All right. And
Hank Aaron, Oracle, dude.
Yeah. And for anybody who doesn't know, because we've used the word twice so far on this show, drubbing, it means to be beaten beyond within an inch of your life, essentially. If you score 2...
Badly beaten.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 to 75. That's
a drubbing.
That is hospital. So... 1977, Pakistani General Zia-ul Haq banned all opposition. Well, that's concerning. 1978, Syrian and Palestinian shot in East Beirut. 1,300 people were killed. Yikes. 1979, Pope John Paul II visited New York City and at the UN denounced all concentration camps and torture. Okay, well, who was concentrating camping in 1979?
Well, that's a good question.
I know we were to some degree, but he wouldn't know about it, because we've always been doing that. What else do we got here? What's up, Alice?
I said it's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
We got the Pope.
You want to take this one, Alice? 1980.
Yeah, I said wait till the 80s. I'll pop back in and I'll bring up.
Yeah, I'm just tired of talking constantly.
38-year-old Muhammad Ali comes out of 2-year retirement to challenge undefeated world heavyweight champion Larry Holmes at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. All pounded unmercifully for 10 rounds before Conor throws the towel.
Huh, I wonder if Larry Holmes is related to anybody I know.
Not me.
Well,
maybe. You never know.
Yeah. Ooh, here we go.
1980, Michael Myers.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
I was thinking the other Mike Myers, but he's a Democrat in Pennsylvania. His first representative expelled in over 100 years. PBS scam.
Yeah, he was the first representative expelled. So Yeah, Michael Myers, not to be confused with the actor who played Austin Powers or who voiced Shrek, or the mass murdering juggernaut of Michael Myers from the Halloween series.
So he did Shrek? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the voice of Shrek, I believe. Right, Alice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Myers was the voice of Shrek. He played Wayne in Wayne's World. He also did Power. He was that one guy that ran the student in the movie 74 with Ryan Phillippe and all sorts of fun stuff. Anyways, 1982, or 1981, I'm sorry, 17-year-old gelding Behaven Jerry, the oldest winning racehorse in modern times, sets record for most careers, struck by a thoroughbred with 307.
Ooh.
Also in 1982, we have a bomb attack in Tehran. It kills 60 people and injures over 700 people.
Dang.
1982, we have the Portland building designed by Michael Graves. Considered the first postmodern building is opened in Portland, Oregon.
Well, let's see what that looks like. Oh.
Very brief.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw this building
We
before.
saw this before, yeah. All right. Let's see here. 1983, Carl Yastrzemski's last at bat. Whoever that was.
Yastrzemski.
Oh, thank you. 1983, Alice's Green Bay Packers erupted for NFL record 49 points in the first half, 35 in the second quarter, to clobber the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 55-14 at Tampa Stadium.
God damn it. How many times do I have to tell you I don't root for the Green Bay Packers? I'm not from Wisconsin. From Minnesota.
She's not a cheesehead.
And I should just lie and say I'm from Wisconsin because my football team actually has won a Super Bowl, unlike my team has. I was a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Hey, I do remember the purple people eaters, though.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, hang on, can I take this 1984's?
Yes, go for it.
In 1984, 3 cosmonauts return after a record 237 days in orbit. 1984, due to a strike by the Major League umpires, the first NLCS games played with replacement umpires. Game 1, Chicago Cubs beat the San Jose Padres 13-0. Today, in 1984, Papa John's Pizza is founded by John Shatner in Jefferson, Indiana. It would go on to become the 4th largest pizza delivery restaurant chain in the United States. Happy birthday, Papa John's.
Yeah, but they're also one of the most expensive, chain restaurants.
Dude, they have good pizza.
They have good pizza.
Decent, yeah.
But you do get what you pay for, but you certainly pay.
If you can find a good mom and pop, you can't beat them.
Yeah, no, those are really good. We got to go back and get that California pizza from Uncle Dave or whatever from that one place.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
And that's actually that's what the pizza was called. It was like Uncle Dave from California. That's the name of the pizza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I was just gonna say one of my buddies has worked for Papa John's for over 15 years. So
my first job was almost as a manager of Papa John's, and I did a really stupid mistake, and I went with a closer job rather than that one because I was gonna get paid an extra 25 cents an hour. Then I did a stupid mistake, and I thought all of the extra money was going to go to bus fare to get there. So what am I doing? But no, I would have ended up getting paid more. I just did bad math. I was a stupid kid.
Yeah. Well, I wonder right now if John's is actually having a birthday celebration today.
You know what? Maybe we should look into that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Anyways, let me do the last 1984 here.
Yeah, go for it.
Richard Miller becomes the first former FBI agent to be charged with espionage.
Huh. All right.
But yeah.
That's kind of ironic with the year, in the book and what the book is revolving around and all that stuff. That's really ironic. 1985, a mayor, that's weird. Richard Caligari led coalition of public and private groups committed to keeping the struggling Pittsburgh Pirates down. So, the mayor of the A's, of the sports team. So, this is baseball.
Yeah.
In town for at least 5 years, reach agreement to buy the baseball team for $22 million. So, that's That's a little confusing. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't get how that reads.
He led a coalition. So the mayor of the A's led a coalition
But
of
there is
public.
no mayor for the A's.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, I know. That's weird. Are they talking about like?
It's just leave the A out of there. It should just be Mayor Richard, whatever his name is. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's weird. So do you think that's a typo?
Yeah, gotta be.
That's weird. Anyway, 1985 as well, Detroit first baseman Darrell Evans hit home run number 40 in Tigers' 4-2 win over the Toronto Blue Jays, first to record 40 home runs in an MLB season in both leagues. All right. We also have a Russian leader party. Mikhail Gorbachev visited Paris. This is his first trip abroad. Cool. 1986, New York Mets' Dwight Gooden became the first pitcher to collect 200 strikeouts in each of his first 3 seasons when he recorded 7 in an 8-2 win versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Wow, he carried that team. 7 points out of the 8. 86 as well, Sikhs attempted to assassinate Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. That's not nice. What the hell, man? 1988, Galindo Bourdin of Italy won the men's marathon in 2 hours, 10 minutes, 32 seconds at the Seoul Olympics, defeated world champion Douglas Wakihuri of Kenya by 15 seconds. Okay, time out. I want you to think about this. An Italian defeated a Kenyan in running by 15 seconds.
Yeah.
What? How?
It's really unusual.
How?
They usually just dominate.
Yeah. How? Like, cool, but like, how? Like, I wonder if he was actually like a native Kenyan, like, you know, who was like a first generation born in Italy or something, like, you know, like ethnically Kenyan. I don't know. Like, that's the only way I can wrap my mind around that happening. You know, Kenyans, you know, are the fastest people in the world. Yeah, so.
It can be, but there's also, you know, people who can be faster. It doesn't mean that you have to be from a place to. There are some people that just lap past other people. And
True.
Well, I mean, you know, true. When I was a kid and I got in trouble, I was probably faster than a Kenyan when I was trying to run away from this guy. So I remember when I was a kid, one of the things, because I was in Little League. And when Dad was coaching me on how to run better and stuff, he's just like, imagine me chasing after you mad. That was like something
That's how
like
you need to run around the bases.
Yeah. And since then, I became a really quick runner. So like, it's like you know, trying to outrun a bear. Like, you know, if you put something else for it to you know, distract it, you can get away. Like, anyway, in 1988, Mike Tyson wrecked the furniture in his mansion in Bernardsville, New Jersey, during a domestic dispute. All right. I was going to say something, but it was probably going to get me in trouble. I'll say it off of mic. 1988, Minnesota Twins total 3,030,672 in attendance at Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. First American League club to ever break 3 million in a MLB season. So that was their total attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fucking team right there, bitches. My team from Minnesota, not Wisconsin, Minnesota. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Xander.
You know, Alice, like, I understand the offense you take for being called a Wisconsinite, but at the same time, I'm a Californian. I have no empathy. We have it worse over here.
Yeah, you guys stole our basketball team too.
You know
the
what?
Lakers are from Minnesota.
Now that I think about it,
That's right.
You know, California really is the Fortnite of states, because if it wasn't for the creation of other people's, you know, things like, you know, the Lakers, the Dodgers, you know, like
everybody else's team.
Like everybody else's creations, we just took.
Yeah.
You know. Like,
you took
the Lakers, come on, you got to know where they come from.
Minnesota.
Or the name makes no sense. We're on the edge of the desert.
Yeah. You know.
Dude, you have no lakes. You only have man-made lakes. Well, I mean, you do have a couple.
Actually,
lakes,
technically, our lake, the middle of it was natural, but then it got turned into man-made.
Our East Lake?
You don't say the name, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Anyway, what else do we got here? 1988, Pakistan Supreme Court ordered free elections. All right. We also have South Korean light middleweight boxer Park Si-hoon was controversially awarded the Seoul Olympic gold medal after appearing well beaten by future 4-weight class world champion Roy Jones Jr. That sounds a little, that sounds like they just gave it to him because it was held in South Korea. He was South Korean, so I don't know. 1990, Radio Berlin International's final transmission links to Deutsche Welles of West Germany. Final song is The Inn by The Doors.
Yeah.
And you knew the Doors. So the product of people you knew was used by at the end of the final Radio Berlin. Like that. Okay. You have your thumb in actual history kind of.
Well, that's a long
through the
shot.
transitive property of mathematics. So. We also have U.S. Senate votes 90-9 to convert Dative Souter's appointment to the Supreme Court. All right, well, that's almost unanimous. 1990 as well, World War II Allied nations ceded any remaining rights as occupiers of Germany. Yep. So this sounds like a German reunification. 1991, Alice.
1990. Sorry, I got a kitty cat walking up the side of me. All right, what year?
91.
So the first one there, the contract of interest.
Yep.
All right, we got NHL #1 draft pick Eric Lindros rejects Quebec Nordics offer to a 10-year, $50 million contract. Good on you.
Huh.
And
why is that
They're fucking French Canadians.
Ah, okay.
They're not even Scandinavian.
Huh.
That's just a slap to the face for people like me.
So Alice, if they're not Scandinavian, does that mean they're Scandinavian?
They've been scammed, yes.
Yeah.
91, Steffi Graf Magdalena Maleva of Bulgaria, 6'2" to 6'2", in the Volkswagen Cup in Litzbig to become the youngest woman to win a 500 professional tennis match.
All right.
Matches.
I wonder if that's been broken yet. So.
Probably, but
why don't you take this last 91?
I don't care about tennis. Sorry, not sorry. 91, Toronto Blue Jays clinch AL East title with a 6-5 win versus the California Angels, becoming the first sport franchise in history to draw 4 million fans in one season.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
We also have in 1992, the Cardanu massacre took place after a riot in the Cardanu penitentiary in Sao Paulo, Brazil. A prison riot.
Yeah.
94, legendary Miami head coach Don Shula defeated Cincinnati head coach and his son David in the first ever NFL meeting between father and son. Dolphins defeated the Bengals 23-7.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
That's a drubbing.
Yeah, father and son.
Yeah.
They're head coaches of each team.
Oh, so who won, the father or the son?
I don't really. It tells you right there. Father
beats. And his own son. Okay, so the father defeated the son. Oh.
Yep. No hard feelings, son.
Yeah, the father won.
Maybe
he was the coach of the Dolphins. What?
Father and son.
I would whip your ass.
Yeah, in your dreams.
Yeah, right. I'm too quick on my toes.
1994, Pakistan cricket batsman Inzaman ul Haq and Mushtaq Ahmed put on a 57 run and 8 overs for highest last wicket partnership ever to win a test, as the home team defeated Australia by 1 wicket in the first test in Karachi.
A sticky wicket.
Wicket cricket.
Cricket.
Wicket. Hold on a second. Where's my cricket? Where's my cricket? Cricket.
Aww, it's 1995, and the British band Oasis releases their second studio album, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Sells a record of 347,000 copies in the first week. That was one of my favorite albums as a kid.
Hell yeah. I never heard about it, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, they tried to sound too much like the Beatles, but they were still really good in their own right. 1996, we got... Oh, wait, no, screw the Music Association Award. 97, we have the Bruins beat the LA Kings 6-5 in Boston to extend their NHL opening game unbeaten streak of 11 straight years, 9-2.
So
So
9
the
wins,
Bruins
0 losses, and 2 ties.
Yeah,
So-
basically, no. Every time they've gone against the LA Kings, they've been undefeated for like 11 years.
Yeah, that's incredible.
98 with his team struggling at 28 for 3. Australian cricket batsman Steve Waugh smashes a brilliant 157 to guide the tourists to an innings of 99-run win over Pakistan in the first test in Rawalpindi.
Ah.
Cricket.
1999, number 21 University of Alabama football team defeated number 3 of Florida 40-39 in overtime to snap the Gators' 30-game home win streak. Future Seattle Seahawks running back Sean Alexander crossed for 4 touchdowns for the Crimson Tide.
During that era, Florida was really dominant in college football.
Crimson Tide. That sounds like something else.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got an NHL record here.
Yeah, we got Atlanta Thrashers in 99 play the first regular season game in franchise history, a 4-1 loss to the visiting New Jersey Devils. Before a crowd of 18,545 at Phillips Arena, Kelly Buchberger scored his first goal in Thrashers history. Or scored the first goal in Thrashers history. Huh.
Big burger, yeah.
Yeah. And 1999, Boston's Ray Bourque became the highest goal-scoring analyst. Why don't you take this because it's hockey?
Yeah, I know. That's what I wanted to do, but you read the other one instead. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take this one. 1999, Boston's Ray Bourque, or something like that. I can't remember how you say his stupid name. Becomes the highest goal-scoring defenseman in NHL history. 368th career goal in Bruins' 3-1 win versus the Carolina Hurricanes moves him ahead of Paul Coffey.
Ah. All
Well,
right.
before, one of the highest scoring defensive men used to be Bobby Orr. But
Really?
Oh, number 4, Bobby Orr.
Yep.
Huh, yeah.
Bobby Orr, I think, was one of those two. But anyways, 2001, Scrubs starring Zach Braff and as Dr. John J.D. Dorian premieres on NBC. That show is actually pretty funny.
That's a really good show. I really like it. Like,
I like the fact that one of the Bobs was his higher up that I was just like a condescending prick to him.
oh, you talking about Dr. Cox or Dr. Kelso?
With the curly hair. He was one of the Bobs from the movie The Office.
Oh, that's Dr. Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do we got here?
We have Cubs right fielder Sammy Sosa becomes first player in Major League Baseball history. Total 60 home and 3 Chicago slugger connects off Red starter Lance Davis to reach milestone in a 5-4 loss later because Sammy Sosa turned out he was on steroids.
Yeah. By the way, is it windy or something? Or are you by a fan? Because I keep getting a little vroom, vroom in your mic.
That might be my cat purring.
Yeah, I'm hearing like boom, like there's this, like this or something.
No.
Huh.
I don't have anything to make it boom. I mean, my laptop's like rattling, nothing much, and then I have a cat purring right next to me.
All right.
So,
Well,
I don't know.
moving on up into the next millennium. Actually, we've already been here. 2001 as well. NATO backed U.S. military strikes following 9/11. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, coalition and all that stuff to invade a country that had nothing to do with Bin Laden and all that stuff or whatever. 2002, the Beltway sniper attacks began, extending over 3 weeks. Never heard about that. The Beltway sniper attacks?
Oh, they were sniping. It was a father and a son. They were sniping out of the trunk of.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
That was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. They made movies about it too, apparently.
In today's, I'm not even going to say what I want to say. 2004, U.S. Or American Samoa joined the North American Nuremberg Plan. All right. We also have Jeff Kent became all-time home run leader for MLB second baseman when he hit 2 in Astros 9-3 win versus Rockies. 302 overall home run to break Ryan Sandberg's major league record established in 1997. Huh. We also have the Montreal Expos earn the last win in the franchise's MLB history, defeating the New York Mets 6-3 at Shea Stadium. Brad Wilkerson hit the Expos' final home run in 9th inning, his 32nd of the year. All right. 2005, NFL plays first regular season game outside of the U.S. when the Arizona Cardinals defeated the San Francisco 49ers 31-14 in Mexico City, Mexico.
Yeah.
But does Mexico even have an NFL team?
No, of course
then
not.
Why the hell are we over there?
Because they're promoting football all around the world. They go play over in England too.
True. I mean, like football really is like an evolution of rugby, or like a descendant or something. Like the rules now it's played.
About rugby, to tell you the truth.
Well, hold on a second. Is football an offshoot of rugby? Why can't I spell? Both sports descend from the older game of rugby football, which originated in the 19th century England. British colonists and the British military in Canada brought football to North America, football being soccer as we know it, and it became popular in American and Canadian universities and prep schools. But no.
They have the same type ball, even though rugby is quite a bit bigger. It's still that oblong ball.
Okay, here we go. American football evolved in the United States, originating from the sports of soccer and rugby. The first American football match was played on November 6, 1869, between two college teams, Rutgers and Princeton, using rules based on the rules of soccer at the time. Wow.
Okay.
So
yeah, kind of combined two sports.
That's interesting. Can you imagine like trying to play football without hands? Like because you can't use hands in soccer. So.
Well, they didn't originally have a forward pass in it either.
Huh. All right. We also have Charles Carl Roberts in 2006 murdered 5 schoolgirls in a shooting incident at an Amish school in Nickel Mines, Pennsylvania. He then committed suicide. What the hell?
Yeah. Also, you can use your hands in soccer if you're the goalie.
Well, if you're the goalie, yeah. Why is he going to an Amish school and shooting up children? What the hell? Like what? That's wild.
That's terrible.
That's weird. Like, it's terrible, but it's like, what the hell? Why? Like, 2007, President Roh Moo-hyun of South Korea walked across the military demarcation line into North Korea on his way to the second Inter-Korean summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-il. So, Donald Trump wasn't the first one, I guess. So.
Apparently not.
2009, Stanley Day declared by County of Los Angeles in the city of Long Beach. So it's Stan Lee Day. Yeah. All right. 2009 as well, the economic crisis in Ireland was considered sorry I had to say it that way, is considered to be the driving force behind the largest migration of Irish people to London in 20 years. It is reported today. And there's a whole thing about like why Ireland's population is still so small and everything. Because of the famine. Not just all the people who died, but all the people who left. Like, there's a huge disparity. Like, if you look at the population growth of, like, like the majority of nations around the world, from time to time or whatever. Like, actually, let me see if I can find that video really quick. Ireland population disparity growth. See if I can find it just randomly. Here it is. Why Ireland has fewer people than 200 years ago. So this is exactly the video I saw. So I'm going to add this in the underbar description section. That is not the link I wanted. Copy and paste. There we go. All right. It's a really interesting video. I highly recommend watching it. So.
Yeah, that's really weird, being less populated.
Yeah. Well, because of the people who died, but also like there's no food. Leave. Yeah. So. Once again, Alice, if you want to read anything, let me know. I'm just going to rattle off. We are already 20 minutes over the hour. Wow. 2009, the International Olympic Committee voted to award Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, rights to host the 2016 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. So for like the paralyzed, and differently abled and all that stuff. 2010.
Yeah, I'll do this one right here.
All right.
2010. All right, 2010, we have farming.
You cut out.
Huh?
You cut out. You said Farm Aid, and then there's nothing.
Farm 23 is held in 2010 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Performers include Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Neil Young, Dave Matthews, Jeff Tweedy, Ken Chesney, Jason Mraz, Nora Jones, Amos Lee, and the Bodines. and Jamie Johnson.
Well, now I know why you wanted to read it.
No, I like music and I like Dave Matthews. It has nothing to do with where it was, so shut the hell up. 2011 here. Or no, actually, you know what? Let's go. No, I'm going with this one. 2012, 20 students are gunned down in Mubi, Nigeria.
Yikes.
Yep, same day, 1 year later, 8 people are killed and 14 are injured in an accident involving an SUV, church bus, and a tractor trailer in Jefferson County in Tennessee.
That sounds like the punchline to a really bad joke.
Yep.
An
Also,
SUV, a church
day,
bus, and a tractor trailer walk into a bar.
What do they have in common?
Like, what the hell happened? Like, oh my god.
Dude, 3 years in a row. So same day, 1 year later, 2014, 15 people are killed after gunpowder plant explodes in Gorny, Bulgaria.
That's really a small amount of number. It's a gunpowder plant.
Yeah.
You know, those things employ hundreds, if not thousands of people, and it's gunpowder. It'll blow up. Like,
well, yeah, we all know it's combustible, except for
Yeah.
some idiot. 1 year later, same day, siege of Syrian town in Kobani, and it's surrounded by ISIS, prompts 130,000 people to flee the area.
yeah, that would do it.
Oh shit! And then 1 year later,
I remember this.
2015, actor Randy Quaid and his wife Evie are arrested in Vermont after leaving Canada.
Yeah, like they had some charge and they left Canada. Like, I'm not sure, like, intentionally fleeing, but they still had a charge out here in the States. So they came back and, you know, there you go.
Yep.
Like,
Well, now they're back in Canada again, I think.
2016, Colombia voted against a peace agreement with rebel group FARC in a national referendum. All right. 2016 as well, Kim Kardashian was robbed at gunpoint of $10 million worth of jewelry in a hotel in Paris. Well, don't travel abroad with $10 million worth of jewelry, stupid. Like, 2016 as well, veteran broadcaster Vince Scully called his final LA Dodgers game, 7-1 loss in San Francisco, after a record 67 Major League Baseball seasons.
Yeah, he was a great one. And I grew up with him.
We also have U.S. scientists Jeffrey C. Hall, Michael Rosbash, and Michael Young were awarded Nobel Prizes for physiology or medicine for work on the body clock. The body clock? Like, is that like circadian rhythm and such?
I have no idea.
I just, yeah,
Wow.
circadian rhythms, yeah, like what I just said. So, there we go. For further reading, as always, I'm going to add these in the underbar description, so give me a second. Ba-doop. All right, let's get back into the history here. 2018 Nobel Prize in Physics awarded to Arthur Ashkin for optical tweezers. Yeah, that sounds horrifying. Gerard Moreau and Donna Strickland, both for laser beams. Optical tweezers. Like you plucking something out of your eye with tweezers. Yeah. 2018, we got that one as well. The Queen's Window with stained glass designed by David Hockney, celebrating the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, was consecrated at Westminster Abbey. You know what? Let's just search up that whole thing because I want to see what the Queen's Window looks like. Oh, okay. So that's the Queen's Window. Cool. She has a window in Westminster Abbey. 2019, 2 politicians in Peru claimed to be the country's leader for a day until Mercedes Arizos resigned so the Constitutional Court could rule on the matter. Huh. So that's troublesome.
Yeah.
2020, U.S. President Donald Trump announced via Twitter that he and First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for Kung Flu. He was hospitalized later that day. He was back and at him in, like, what, 3 days or something?
Yeah.
Like, he was, yeah.
Yeah, they use that real quick.
I remember that. And, like, oh, my God. Dude, the amount of disgusting, scum-sucking, pitiful excuses for examples of human beings who flooded on Twitter and wished him harm when it happened. We're celebrating. It's like, dude, I know you don't like the guy, but you know, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, just, and, you know, I don't like him either. But I ain't going to wish harm upon people unless they absolutely deserve it, you know, if they actively cause harm, you know, to other people. Like Obama, who started the child cages along the Mexican and U.S. border, you know? So, and Trump ended those, but nobody talks about that. Once again, I'm not a Trump supporter, but, you know, Gotta give credit where credit is due. And then, last but not least, 2021, massive oil slick from a pipeline discovered off California. I remember this, along Orange County coast, covering 13 square miles. Yeah, it was down here.
Yeah, they think a ship anchored or something there and hit it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because that was just off of what, like Huntington Beach?
Yeah.
Or something like that was here.
Yeah.
Like
Huntington, Newport, somewhere
on there. Yeah. Our grounds. So. And now I'll conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. Go check out our link tree. That's links to our, video editing, or not video, but video streaming and sharing sites, our social medias, our affiliates, and
the other thing.
And actually, it will be host to our Patreon. I'm going to get on that and get that started. Alice, I want to talk with you actually about that. I'm going to be adding that here within the next day or so. Link to our Patreon. We get that set up. If anybody wants to donate to us, that'd be cool. And of course, all of the links that we've been collecting throughout the show will be down there after this recording. Anyway, for your dose of Passive Events Daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12 Mountain, 1 Central,
2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
I am Who is Alice?
Golden Loon.
And you, of course, are you here. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Be cool, stay in school, and don't do drugs.
Drugs!